You took everything from me. This actually looks pretty cool, and I'd totally do the video like this if you could see me, but yeah. So I've just come fresh from watching the first 2 episodes of WandaVision. It's the day of release for me, and I just came from watching the first 2 episodes, and I don't have anything red. I feel like I should be wearing something red. Yeah, literally nothing at all. There you go. I'll put this red and white. Actually, no, I'll take the white off. I'll just wear a red wristband. Yeah, why not? So yes, the void of Marvel films, of the big gap, has finally been filled. We have WandaVision, finally. Not disappointed at all. So we got 2 episodes on the opening day. I know there's some people who have seen the first 3 episodes, like, you know, people in the media and the business and stuff like that. But we got the first 2 episodes. They will be releasing every Friday, I believe, for the next like 7 weeks, because there's 9 episodes. Spoilers, this isn't really a review, but more just on my thoughts and stuff like that, and what I think we should expect. A lot of people were concerned about the whole black and white aspect of it, because obviously it's like the 50s and it just goes through time. Personally, I've in life never been a huge fan of black and white. I've not necessarily disliked it. I just also never specifically liked it. But I really like the format. I really like what they've done with it, and by the end of episode 2 it fades into colour, and you know, obviously whatever happens in the future goes on. But I'm gonna miss the black and white. It was generally really interesting to just watch it in black and white. I don't know what it is. It's weird to see how they said it. The way they transform from the Marvel intro to it, because it's like obviously the widescreen Marvel intro, and then the fanfare, and then it gets black and white and it slowly compresses into a box. That was pretty cool. They've updated the Marvel intro, so it's kind of pretty much the same layout, but some things I did notice was when the characters are like being painted in at the start, it seems to be a bit more brighter and a bit more vibrant, and then the clips that are inside the word Marvel as you pan through, they've added a lot more endgame clips into that, and then the final clip we get in the entirety of the Marvel. So obviously there's like there'll be people in M, people in A, people in R. The final clip, the entirety of the word, is Black Panther doing his kind of purple shocky thing, which I thought, you know, that was obviously a really nice nod. We get straight into it. There's no kind of explanation yet of what happened to Vision and how he's back, how he's alive. Just spoiler alert if you didn't know, he died in Infinity War. As we go through the episode, there's a lot of kind of just mystery around it, but kind of Wanda and Vision trying to figure it out. There's the whole thing with the heart, which I'd actually seen in a promo before the show. You then find out the heart means Mr. Heart, because Vision's boss will come in for dinner. I'm putting the white one on my other wrist, so I just saw it down there. It was on the ear, and it just looked lonely. I think they really nailed the sitcom essence of it. See, episode 1 was pretty cool. There was, you know, there was a lot of stuff that went into it. It definitely was just a started episode. They didn't really look much into kind of, you know, the overarching plot line. But then as we get to the end, we see kind of Wanda and Vision pan out, and they're on TV, and there's somebody watching them in like a secret base, and they have like a remote control, and they were controlling them, or they were going to change the channel or something like that. And then we had the credits, and there's like 6 minutes worth of credits. This is literally like a 20-minute episode with a movie's worth of credits, because obviously it's a big production. But yeah, I thought it was going to be a longer episode, but no, there's like 6 to 7 minutes of credits each episode. Episode 2, this was my favourite out of the both of them. We get the transition to the new house as we're moving through the decade. As I said, we gain colour at the end. We still have the kind of the square format. Obviously, as I said, every time we're not actually in the show, when we're watching them on the TV, we get the kind of you know, the regular aspect ratio. I really love the gimmick of Vision kind of like changing his face and changing his appearance and kind of acting like an actual human being. There was a really funny line in the second episode where they were like, do you want a donut or something like that? And they're like, no, I don't eat. Like, well, he's like, oh, I mean, just in between meals, because I eat very regularly. If anything, I'm a really big eater and stuff like that. So something about the first episode is that when they were preparing dinner, Wanda was just doing it all with magic, which that was like an interesting kind of thing to see, and Vision playing the ukulele was hilarious. The kind of main gimmick for the second episode is that they're in a talent show when they're doing magic, but Vision has a bit of chewing gum. He accidentally swallows it and it gets caught up in his cog, so it gives him kind of like the feeling of being drunk, and it's as if he is drunk in the episode. So he's cooking up all the magic, he's revealing their actual powers, but then Wanda's using her magic to make that seem fake. So that was really awesome. Like, there's one where he uses super strength to pick up a piano, and then she uses her magic to change that into cardboard and then say, you weren't really meant to see it, we did that, as a joke. And yeah, it was a really nice concept. We got the first kind of essence of Wanda and Vision finding out that stuff is wrong in episode 2, where, you know, there was, first of all, it was the radio and the guy trying to call Wanda saying, Wanda, are you okay? Who's doing this to you? Can you hear me? And then, you know, we progress forward, we get the helicopter, which is their first like piece of colour in the entire show, as opposed to being black and white. And then by the end of the episode, they turn into colour, they gain colour. There's also that beekeeper that comes out of the manhole. Now, when we've seen in trailers that when we see him, it is going to be in like the kind of 4K sort of cinematic style. I don't know how to express my feelings about the show. I really enjoyed it, and you know, people have been saying it's definitely a big move. Like this is the first part of phase 4 that we're going to see. You know, they really need to go out with a top it off with a bang. And even though, you know, it's the entire of WandaVision that's going to be the start of phase 4, not these like starting episodes. You really don't get a lot about the show from the starting episode. I feel like for fans and people who have watched the trailers and people who have like invested time into hearing about the show and what the creators have had to say, you can get past that because you know what's gonna happen essentially. You know how it's gonna turn out. You know it's gonna go into Doctor Strange 2. For regular people, you know, it's still very enjoyable. I watched it with my mother, and she was very entertained. She at first it was just like kind of, yeah, watching over the shoulder just while it's on. Eventually she was just sitting down with me just watching it all, and it was, yeah, and it was honestly worth the time because it was a great show. I thought the episodes were going to be an hour long. They're not. They're like 20 minutes ish, give or take, you know, 5-10 minutes, because obviously then there's credits at the end. For those who don't know, I'm a huge fan of Wanda Maximoff. I love Scarlet Witch. Don't get me wrong, there's definitely essence of the fact that it's Liz Olsen playing her, but nevertheless, Scarlet Witch is like, I have one Scarlet Witch Funko Pop. I won't show it because it's literally underneath, it's on the very bottom layer of my Funko wall. So if I take that down, everything else is coming down with it. I was tempted to get the WandaVision Funko Pops, but I probably just have to lay off it. But Liz Olsen and Paul Bettany do a fantastic job, and all the other actors in it, again, I forget their names, but I feel like there isn't a dull character in the show, and the cheesiness and the corniness definitely comes from the fact that it is like a 50s sitcom, and then it's gonna progress into real life in a sense. Clearly it's not real life, but I think we can agree, we know what I mean. I'm just very intrigued as to where this show is going to be taken, because I've seen interviews with Paul Bettany and Liz Olsen, and they've said, you know, there is a good explanation to how Vision is back and how he's alive and how he's got the Mind Stone in his head, and then also by about episode 7 to episode 9, the entirety of that kind of 3-episode arc is just going to be full of action, full of just mind-blowing events that I genuinely can't wait for. So yes, WandaVision episode 1 and 2, fantastic. Honestly, I can't say better than that. It's genuinely, I'm very happy with how we've seen Marvel come back. It's very different. It's very bold. The possibilities that can come from this are literally endless, and I'm not, like, that's not even an exaggeration. Like, I seriously can't wait for what Falcon and the Winter Soldier's gonna be, what Loki's gonna be, what Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness is gonna be. Like, this has set up something very great, and it doesn't even say, we haven't even seen anything out of, you know, other movie-wise at all, but just the way they've managed to finesse this, the way they've managed to make the first 2 episodes so good and still be so different to anything Marvel's ever done, that's, you know, what more can you ask for? Solid start to a series. I do like to binge watch, so if the entire show was out, I would, you know, I probably would binge watch that. There is a small part of me that's happy that it isn't, just so I can spend time, you know, investing, and, you know, every week I can find out new episodes and stuff like that, but there is a part of me that just wishes I could binge watch the entire show. By the time the show finishes, we could have more news on Spider-Man 3 and Multiverse of Madness, because obviously they're gonna link up. So yeah. So thank you so much for watching. What did you think of WandaVision's WandaVision? What? Yeah, no, that is the name. Why did I question myself then? WandaVision episode 1 and 2. Let me know in the comments below. I'll try and do more of these videos. I probably won't do one relatively soon. I'll probably do it in installments. So maybe I'll do the next one on episode 3, 4, and 5, and then I don't know, maybe 6, 7, and 8, and then the one on the finale then, I suppose. But yeah, thank you. We're on the road to 3,000 subscribers. We're not quite there yet. We have only just recently hit 2,000, but you know, you never say never. Just we're on the road. We're going there. So if you can help us out in any way, please do share the channel, share the video, like, comment, subscribe, all of that cool stuff. Thank you, and I'll see you very soon. Goodbye.